this is Real Talk San Marcos. I'm Debi Krichbaum, and I've got 3 wonderful guests here today. Before I introduce them, I would like to say thank you to our sponsors, 5 Star Escrow and First American Title. And without further ado, I've got some amazing guests here with me today. First, I have Kathleen Quinn.
Hello.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
And she's from San Marcos Yoga.
Hello.
And I'm going to have to look at these names because these are a little exciting on the names. I have Spunky Bruise Her.
That's me.
And I have Sweet Cyanide. And they are both with us here today to talk about roller derby and how involved they are, what goes on with it, and how you can get involved too. So without further ado, let's start with a little warm-up. I always feel like if you ask about ice cream, it just kind of gets everybody relaxed a little bit. Most people like ice cream. So I'll start down at the end. What's your favorite on ice creams?
Ultimate favorite would have to be the old-fashioned Thrifties chocolate malted crunch. Have to have the chocolate malted crunch. I hope it never goes away.
I haven't had that in forever.
Yes. It's a very handful of stores that still carry it. That's why jump into a Rite Aid, you'll get your ice cream fix.
And if I remember right, the scoop is almost like a different shape. It's like it comes out like as a square chunk or something.
Something like that.
Like a blob nugget on top of your cone. Mm-hmm.
I do remember
Yep,
that.
good times.
Good choice. And how about for you?
I love a salted caramel, a vanilla salted caramel.
That sounds very good.
Nice ribbon of caramel in there.
Oh boy.
I love sweets. That's part of my name. Sweet cyanide.
That is true.
Give me some sweets. I like them all, but yeah, I'll stick with the vanilla.
Very nice. How about you, Kathleen?
I'm really a vanilla gal, but I'll tell you, when I was traveled in Europe, I got to know pistachio ice cream. It's to die for. It's very, very good. So vanilla or pistachio.
So local say vanilla. When you go international,
Yeah,
then
there
go
you
for
go.
the real
Yeah, the
pistachio.
gelato, go pistachio.
I've noticed there's even a wonderful gelato place in Carlsbad Village. You gals are kind of located in Carlsbad. I can't remember the name of it. Any recollection? First level of that little Carlsbad Village.
Yeah, a really cute area down there.
Yeah.
I can't help you. No.
Well, we are Facebook Live, so if anybody
bring
out
it.
there can solve our mystery, there's an amazing gelato place in Carlsbad Village. Type a little response. Facebook Live show, we love to see that we've got a live audience, so I already see that Tara is saying, love you girls.
Love you, Tara.
And Abby Faulkner is also on, so thank you for joining us today. Well, for starters, let's break out and talk yoga.
Okay.
We've got Kathleen here, and San Marcos Yoga is a place unto itself. It's about 8 years that you've been.
Yeah, this will be my 7th year. Or this is my 7th year. So yeah, very exciting.
And you mentioned on the phone the other day when we were kind of talking before the show that there's an unusual name for the type of yoga that it is. Go
Yes.
ahead and...
Well, so my center is called San Marcos Yoga. That's the technical name. But I am an Iyengar yoga teacher. So in my community, Iyengar Yoga, my center is called San Marcos Iyengar Yoga
Okay.
Center. So
Iyengar.
Iyengar. And this is Mr. Iyengar.
Oh, that's helpful. Perfect.
Can you see that? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is Mr. Iyengar. This year would be his centennial year. He would have been 100 this year. So all of the associations and centers around the country, even around the world, are celebrating him this year.
Wow,
So
100 years.
yeah, so
That's amazing.
yeah.
And was his origin, I think you mentioned the other day, he's from India, is that correct?
Pune, India, and that's where our mothership is, the institute that teaches Iyengar Yoga, or where it comes from. And I think most people that are into yoga have heard of BKS Iyengar. I brought 3 of his books that people are the most familiar with: Light on Pranayama. Oops, sorry. Light on Yoga, of course, it has all the poses in it. So it
Oh,
isn't
that's
just
helpful.
theory, it's, there's practical use for it. And Light on the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So those are books that people are really familiar with, and that's what we celebrate with him.
That makes really good sense.
Yeah.
And for my roller derby girls, have you ever practiced yoga? Sweet
I think
Cyanide
isn't that a
and
staple
Spunky?
of life?
Yes.
Don't you have to do yoga at some point of your life? Yes.
Yes.
Agree.
I think we need it just to stretch out after playing.
Exactly so. I think so. It's it's a true adjunct to everything that we do. Whether you sit at a
Absolutely.
desk or you work hard like these gals on a rink. So, yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
And how about things like, let's say someone who's out there who's never done yoga before, do you need to prep before you go? Should they learn something before they come, or do you have a beginner's
you know,
class?
sometimes that's I do have beginner classes, and beginners are always welcome at my center. And oftentimes that happens if you go to yoga at a gym or something like
yes.
that. You sort of have to know how to do yoga to take the class, and that's just not the case at my center anyway. Our beginner classes are beginner classes, and we'll modify for stiff people, for anyone that has a limitation of any kind.
Good to know.
We have props that we can use, and so it's really easy for a brand new person to come to yoga class.
Sounds non-intimidating.
It is. It's a little intimidating when you get there. It always is. It's brand new. But you know, it's a pretty singular exercise also. So once you get going, you don't even realize what everyone else is doing because you're so involved in what you're doing yourself. So it ends up being very nice. Yeah, everybody loves it. At the end of class, they feel better no matter how they felt when they came in, and so it's very satisfying that way to teach yoga. You know that, huh? You teach yoga.
Yeah, so before we went live, we were having a little discussion that obviously this is a very healthy group of women. We're promoting physical fitness and health, both inside and out, from your internal soul clear through to the physical approach. And it came about that actually we have another coach or trainer in the group as well. So that is something we'll have to have you promote as well in case it's something.
On a future date.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. Well, tell me, when it comes to the yoga and people, let's say, would come and take classes, what's the frequency? What do you find that most people like to do, or how frequent do they come?
Twice a week is good. When you're brand new, you don't want to do more than 2 times a week, or you'll just burn yourself out.
Okay.
Because people are amazed at how difficult yoga can be for them. So,
Agreed.
and mainly because it's not the kind of exercise that everyone does. It's not like you go to the gym and you're
True.
using something from the outside and outside in. Everything that you do in a yoga class is from the inside out. So the type of exercise you're doing feels different.
Makes sense.
And so it can be a little fatiguing. And so you want to just take your time getting to know how to move your body again, because every part of your body moves.
True.
And so, yeah, like that.
Makes sense. Will a beginner actually be sore afterwards? Like, will they wake up the next day or so and feel it?
They think they will.
Okay.
But I have, I can almost guarantee that they won't, because we go slowly. We're not doing any jumping around or anything like that, at least in Iyengar yoga. Our beginner classes are true beginner classes. So, we just take them through step by step. We give them verbal cues for all the work that they do. So everybody just feels better. They're amazed after class how well they feel, and the next day they're surprised that they don't feel sore. So
I love hearing that. I remember you mentioning the other day that you have an amazing special going on for new students.
I do.
Right now.
I run 10 classes for $55.
That's amazing.
And they can use those classes over 3 months. I even give them 3 months to use them, because you want to take your time. But and I feel that if I can get people to take 10 classes with me, that I've got them.
Oh, I like that. It really is forming the new habit, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
that makes
But
sense.
it takes some time to do that, and
Yeah.
I'm happy to get them started that way. So, yeah. And also this 4th of July, I'm not having my regular classes. I'm having one class at 9 o'clock in the morning, all levels. Anybody can come, and it'll just be a special holiday class. I don't know, we're not going to do any Roman candles or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But, just something special, and so come and see me. It'll be fun.
That is awesome. Well, we will, I'm sure, come back to you with some more questions
sure.
as well. But we've got a website for Kathleen, and we'll make sure when the show's over, we'll type out, so that you can visit her website, take advantage of this special. Make sure for the special that you do mention to her that you saw her on the show at Facebook Live.
Yes.
It's always great for marketing to know where you came from.
Exactly.
As far as that goes. And over to our roller derby, of course, very interesting and exciting. I'm thrilled to have you. So we have our sweet cyanide. and our Spunky Bruiser. And if you could see the names written the way that I do, it is to me hilarious because the way that they are spelled, Spunky Bruise Her, Bruis, capital Her. Very cute.
Fun. That's fun. Yep.
A fun. I love it. And then Sweet Cyanide, obviously, we do know that cyanide is poisonous, and so a sweet cyanide, very tricky. So, and I'll let you guys decide, who wants to answer first, but roller derby, I thought it was super cool in the 70s, whatever, and then it's made a real big comeback. What do you think's kind of been the origin of that? How did it kind of come back, or what do you know?
You want to take that one? Go take it.
Sure. There are over 300 teams in just the U.S. nowadays. And we really have evolved from the WWF of roller derby back in the 70s to an authentic sports team with a set of rules and league memberships and less showboat, more sportsmanship. And I think it was really fueled by just a feminist movement, but it is a reach to everybody.
I like
We have
that.
men's leagues, there's women's leagues, there's junior leagues. It involves all people everywhere. It's one of the main reasons why it came back too, is because they got done away with some of the bank tracks.
Okay.
They're still around, but they're harder
Right.
to find because they're expensive to maintain. And we've gone more flat track, which is a lot more accessible to people.
Makes sense.
You can just chalk outline your track on a hockey rink.
Oh, wow.
Tennis cords,
Tennis
basketball
cords.
Okay.
cords, anywhere that's flat.
And
And
Anywhere
that's
that
all
has a
good
good
for
skating
wheels.
surface.
Okay.
There's so many different wheels for each of those surfaces. And then you just pull in from the community, and it's such a fun thing to do. I don't think I've ever felt so alive as when I started playing roller derby, and that was the draw, that's the pull.
Oh, yes.
Gym.
Well, and how long have each of you been involved with it at this point?
We're at about 4 years now. We
Okay.
actually started the same. We were in the same fresh meat class.
Ah, fresh
So,
meat.
yeah,
That's
we're in
cute.
the same fresh meat class, so we've kind of like grown as the time has come.
We've been together the whole time.
Yeah.
I love that. Friendship.
We didn't quit.
Yes. Well, I'm stereotypically thinking the old-fashioned roller derby. I had figured, they'll come in, with bruises all over and beat up and whatever. But you're both lovely and in great fresh health.
Not
so-
too tattooed yet.
Yes, it shows that it really is a sport and not, like you said, almost gimmicky like a WWF kind of a thing. That's so impressive.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love that.
our goal was to become more professional, to try and like bring it more sports minded, because there are a lot of teams that love to have the extra scrimmages that we have fun with.
Yes.
We purposely make scrimmages we have fun with so we can break away from that professionalism sometimes. Costume based things for
neat.
Halloween, or
Costumes are fun.
yeah,
Okay.
big things where we're do like a big thing we're gonna do soon at RollerCon is Avengers versus the Justice League, and so we're gonna go against each other and see who wins.
That is cool.
So these are the fun things we add to it, but we focus mostly on the professional side when we actually do a game and get out there. So it's
Is
fun.
it something where people can buy tickets to come watch, or is it closed to spectators?
We actually survive on that since we are a nonprofit, and we totally focus on getting sponsors for ourselves, and we have to pay our track rental. Anytime we have a game or come to our space, we pay.
Okay.
So we are grateful for the donations when people come and see us skate, but we try to make it as fun as we can. We have raffles, and we have a lot of local vendors that come
Good to know.
and really, put themselves out there to help. And great sponsors down in Carlsbad. A lot of local restaurants love to just, be out there, and we put up all their banners and yeah. So we mostly try to focus on a minimum admission fee. I think
Okay.
$10 or $12 to get in. Kids are free.
If you like sports, you will love roller derby.
That's
because
good to
it's
hear.
non-stop action the entire time. Not like some of the other sports where it's kind of slow.
True.
We are going constantly, and I go like this because we go in circles over and over again.
Yes.
But once one play is stopped, another one gets out there, and 30 seconds later, we're going again.
That's amazing. I bet it's really a hardcore workout. I mean, you guys are probably all sweating.
Yeah, we got our numbers in.
for the 50.
So it kind of goes back and forth because we're point scorers. We go around circles more, but the blockers they stay stationary.
Okay.
And they're still getting a great workout, but you don't have to be as much endurance, and you can still play and be a great teammate.
Very
A lot of
good
people
to
are
know.
intimidated. They're like, oh, I just need to be good at sports, and I need to be really athletic. And there is an athleticism side to it, and you need to have some endurance. But
Right.
if you don't feel you're there yet, you're still able to come out and do it.
Very cool. What age group do you see? What's normal, or is there a normal?
There's no normal.
I love that.
There's absolutely no normal. We have anywhere from young 20s to
Okay.
into the 50s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm getting up into that next bracket. We won't talk about that. But it's great. We have girls that have just started to girls who've been there 10 plus years playing roller derby with different teams as it's grown and changed through the years. So
And-
no limitations.
And any age can start too. We
Okay.
have moms who've been, staying at home, their kids are grown up, and they're like, I need something to do. They come out. We have the young people who start at the junior leagues and they just grow up in it.
Wow.
It's really a sport for everyone.
That's what it sounds like. And by the way, it looks like we have a few more posters on our Facebook. We have Mandy LaBoca, and we have Cherise Stapleton. Ooh, even a few more. Melissa and North County Derby Alliance. You guys have a good showing here. Tara, thanks you all. Lots of people coming on today. If anybody has specific questions, feel free to reach out, and we're happy to address it. Looks like we have a lot of fans in the audience today.
22 people watching right now.
Wow, 22! Yay! That is awesome.
Yeah, what are you doing in the middle of the
Yeah,
day?
really. I hope you're not
We're
on
on
the
lunch.
clock.
Oh, really long lunch.
And I hope you're not driving.
Yeah, true. Stay off the Facebook. I'm in the car. Well, now, jargon. I always love to hear, let's say, words that are not familiar to people that are not in a certain activity. And the two words that came up with roller derby to me, and then I'll go back to yoga as well.
scared.
Bout and jam. Can you describe what a bout is and what a jam is?
So we're about to open a can of whoop butt and whoop your butt. About basically means a game
Okay.
or a match.
Like
And we
it.
just call it about. I don't even know why we do. It's
Yeah.
just
The origin, I don't know.
yeah, we don't know
that's
the origin.
awesome.
We just do it. So
I
if we
love
say
it.
we're going to have a bout, it's a game.
Okay. And they last about an hour, or?
Yep, the entire bout's an hour. Each jam, though, is 2 minutes.
Got it.
So think of it as sort of like football, that we're going to have a halftime. We're going to play 30 minutes each. Within that 30 minutes, we'll have 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and then take our halftime and play another 30 minutes.
A jam is just a single play.
Okay. And what starts it and stops it? Do you hear buzzers or bells, or how do you know when it starts and stops?
That's our job. Our job. If you get out first, you become the lead jammer, and we have a visual where you have to touch your hips.
Ah.
And the referee that is assigned to us, just the jammer, will then blow his whistle, and that calls off the jam.
Good.
Technically, a whistle starts the game. We can't just go.
Yes.
We wait,
There's always a whistle.
and we wait, and then the whistle blows, and we go.
Very interesting. Do you see in this amazing activity that's high paced and everything's going on? Is there aggression that takes place that some people are thinking a little bit of the old fashioned style, and you have to kind of take them down a notch, or?
So we do have rules.
Yes, we
No
do.
punching,
Okay.
no elbowing, no tripping. You can't do egregious, mean things to people. But in the heat of the moment, yes, it gets a little feisty out there.
Yes.
And we do have other rules that protect us, like you can't stick your arm out in front of someone.
Okay.
There's little rules within it, but if there's anything horribly
Accidents.
mean going on, they get kicked out.
Right. As
We
in
don't
any
allow
sport.
for
No intentional, punching in the face. That
Right.
doesn't happen. But the occasional, as they call high block, will happen, especially with us shorter stature people.
True.
I tend to get a lot of shoulders in the face, or
But by
you know,
accident.
But by
Right.
accident,
Makes
it's not like
sense.
purposely. They're just way taller than I am.
Yeah.
So but sometimes they get called on that. Sometimes it's just so fast, then it's
Makes sense.
done and over.
we get hit a lot, we get knocked down a lot, but we just get right back up. It's just like life. You get knocked down, and you get right back up, and
I
you
love
keep
that.
going because there's no stopping. You just
And that's the thing I think that's really neat, really, with both roller derby and yoga, is it's all incorporated deeply into your life.
It is.
That from mind, body, soul to rock and roll, almost like getting out there and getting crazy. I bet you all walk out of your given activity feeling, excited, but then kind of restful. You've kind of gotten it out of your system, kind of a thing.
Energized.
Energized
That's
is
a
a
great
good
word.
word.
I think
Great
both
word.
yoga and derby are
Yeah.
great for stress relief.
Oh, I like that.
But and for
Just in different ways.
energizing
True.
us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, your energy is nice and clean, and you
like
just, you feel much better at the end. You've kind of gotten rid of the stress, so the energy
Yes.
that you have is clean
Yeah, I like
as
that.
opposed to.
And that's just
Aggressive.
it. You see so many people walking around these days that have just, they look like a tight, wound up little thing, and they need to be released somehow. And I feel like realistically, either or both would be well incorporated in as far as it goes. Now, how does one get started in roller derby? Do they just show up one day? Okay, show up. Okay.
Just show up, and it's great because we have our freshie group that trains with us. So they just show up, and we have our freshie trainer, and she'll get you kind of set up, and we have some loaner gear that we can loan out to everyone and ask a million questions. We're there Monday and Wednesday in Carlsbad if you want to just see what we do and show up.
Do you mind
And
if I
you'll
ask
sign
you
up.
where in Carlsbad?
Yeah,
this
where
is?
is it? That's a great question.
Army
Kathleen.
Navy
Thank you.
School. You know where the Army Navy
Oh, yeah.
Academy is? Down,
Yeah,
down
of
there where the
course.
roundabout. There's a track right there after the bridge.
If you ever drive over the bridge, just take a look down, and you'll see our name, just NCDA plastered
like
on
this.
the
Okay.
fence, and you can
Oh, yes, there we have a shirt.
you
And-
can peek down and see us on Monday and Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. We're in there every Monday night and Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how you start.
I love
Or
that.
you know someone who knows someone, and they draw you in, and you have no choice.
Sounds like that happens on occasion.
Oh yes, very much.
And so, also,
Yes.
I have classes 6
Yes.
days a week.
Oh,
I don't
perfect.
have
Tell
classes
us
on
that.
Sundays,
Okay,
but
no
we
Sundays.
have, except for Friday, we have 2 classes a week, 2 classes a day.
Okay.
Fridays we just have 1 morning class. Saturdays 2 morning classes. But I have 4 beginner classes a week.
That's
so
amazing.
everybody can get an opportunity. I have 2 evening beginner classes and 2 morning beginner classes. And I'm also, I use ClassPass. I don't know if
Ooh,
you've
talk
ever
about
heard of
that
that.
one. Yeah.
It's an app for your phone that if you're looking for a yoga class at the last minute, you use this app and it'll tell you where there's a yoga class near you.
That's great.
So you can just show up and take a yoga class. It's very interesting.
I love it. And men and women, is it all ages,
Yes,
men and women? Okay.
absolutely. And just like you said, it's just all ages of people. Now, I
Okay.
don't have children's yoga classes, although I do have children that come with their parents.
Okay.
But, yoga is for everybody.
Agree.
Yoga is for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're 7 or 70, and I have that range of people in my classes. So, come on in.
That's fantastic.
You'll feel great. You'll have a good range of motion, and then you can get on your roller skates and
Come to us.
and go to Carlsbad.
Nothing but energy. Just go.
And that's the
Yeah.
stuff I think in life. It's summer. I know most kids are out of school now at this point, and lucky kids, of course. And the parents, you're excited that your kids are out of school, but then also, you're looking for activities for them to do. And so, A, we've got yoga. B, we've got roller derby. Pulling it back, we're all in North County, so we've got San Marcos and Carlsbad well represented, which always kind of brings me back to topics of the area, for opinions. I'm a real estate broker, and I know that the mortgage and the real estate market is just really quite on a buzz right now. It's the summer season. Do you have, I love impromptu questions when there's no right or wrong answer. Do you
scared.
No, really. In your own neighborhood, wherever you live, do you feel like you're seeing kind of a buzz of activity in real estate these days, or does it seem like same old, same old?
Actually, there's building all around me in San Marcos. It's, it's slowed down for years during
Yeah.
that recession time, but it's back. I mean, people, they're taking the empty lots, filling them up with apartments or single-family homes. Everywhere in San Marcos is really
noticing
growing,
it,
and I think Carlsbad too. I drive to Carlsbad and Encinitas all the time, and there's new places coming up everywhere. San Elijo Hills and all
Agree.
of that.
Matter of fact, I happened to notice that the most expensive house currently in San Marcos just went under escrow at $2.4 million, and it was way up at the hill, the top of San Elijo
Oh,
Hills.
is that right? Yeah, I can
And,
imagine.
Yep, one of the new construction, which again is reasonably affordable versus other areas, highest price point.
True.
But are you in Carlsbad where you live, or is that just where the?
I'm in Oceanside.
Okay.
She's in Vista.
Oh,
Whole North County group right here.
absolutely. Yeah. What are you seeing
No.
in your neighborhood?
Well, it's kind of interesting you asked me because my husband owns his own property inspection company. He's the
Oh,
property inspection
brilliant.
pros. So
Throw it out
he
there.
Is so busy. The property inspection pros has been so busy because of the
good to know.
turnaround. I mean, there are houses booming, just turning over constantly. So,
Absolutely.
and he's all the way down in Chula Vista to Murrieta, Temecula. So it's kind of all through San Diego County, which is great because
Absolutely.
we want to stay here and we love where we are, and I want to be busy. So
I agree.
if you need a home inspector,
yes,
I
feel
got
free,
one
plug
for
it
you.
out, and we'll put that at the bottom of the
Some lady,
screen
home
as well.
inspector.
Absolutely. Hey, he allowed you to be here today instead of going to your day job, right?
That's right.
Maybe not allowed, but
Abandoned my children.
Yeah.
with him. So,
Yep. And then how about for you? You said Oceanside.
Oceanside.
Are you seeing kind of crazy real estate in
You
your
see
area?
a sign and then it's gone. It's in escrow. It's gone the next day, and people
Yeah.
are moving.
I'm
It's
finding that
constant.
too. I find that when people will call and they'll say, oh, is now a good time to put my house for sale, or is now a good time to buy? I'm finding that as the interest rates are going up just a little bit, it's really cutting a lot of people off the fence.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, statistically, I'm finding in all of North County, about 23 days on the market is about all that the homes are doing. So if you're looking to buy, looking to sell, you need to get yourself pre-approved. We've got a great home inspector across the way. We'll get you all that information.
And my husband paints homes.
Oh, see? We got the whole, it's all.
he's actually
RV
watching live
painting.
now.
Oh, yeah.
There he
That's
is, Tom
Tom.
Lake.
Hey, I saw him earlier. Hey, Tom.
awesome.
Shameless plug, Tom Lake. Go ahead, put your website up there.
Yeah, seriously do. I figure, hey, all in the family, the more that we know, the better.
Networking is the key to all things.
It is,
Absolutely.
most definitely.
So you know.
And for all you know, maybe to have him on as a painter and him on as a home inspector would be another
Hey,
featured
yeah,
guest
there
as
you
well.
go.
So get us all on. A takeaway. I always love to kind of hear, it could be about your own topic. It could be about something that you've heard today, or someone, some final thought, anything that you can think of that you want to either leave the Facebook audience with, or some tagline for your business or something.
Yeah. Do you why don't you jump in with our great nonprofit point of view, because that's really our
I like
shtick.
this.
We are a nonprofit team oriented around serving the community and having fun, and we are a family.
I like that.
So I want you to come join our family. I'm Captain Cyanide, by the way. Come be one of my girls,
Yeah.
and you're gonna love it. It sets your soul on fire. It's the best thing I've ever done.
With
We love
30
each other.
instant friends.
We love all of you who are watching. Yes, 30 instant friends. We'll take your kids too. We can put them to work, teach them how to skate,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just it's a community.
That's how we run our games. We run them off for volunteers. It's
Volunteers,
the families,
sponsors.
The kids.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody has to pitch in, or it doesn't work
Makes sense.
because we have to play. So someone else has to do the setup of the game. So that's our main focus. We help out in the community where we can, and we do food drives and
I like that.
everything that we can. Back to school drives.
Come join us. Come watch us.
Yes,
I
please.
like it. That's a
yes.
great takeaway.
Donate.
I love that.
We need.
And donate too. Yes.
Sponsor and then go do some
I
yoga.
love that. And how about you, Kathleen? A takeaway either from you and your yoga studio?
Well, I
or just
agree.
some-
Yoga is the people that come to yoga classes end up being a real community of friends, just instantly. Because you're all we're all playing in the same band here, and so, yoga just can bring that song to your heart. You're doing something that feels good, that's good for you. And we work in the community also. We work with the Boys and Girls Club at the holidays, and there's a couple of women's groups that we donate to. And so, when you can gather a community of people together and help the community too, and feel good about the practice that you're doing, I mean, you can't get better than that.
I would agree. And it is. It's
And
the
I didn't
whole
know
heart
that
and
we had
soul.
roller derby in town, and I'm so excited to hear that.
Get down there.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm
Come out
going
and play
to.
with us.
Yeah, no kidding. And come do some yoga with me.
Absolutely. I need
that.
You
And
too.
I feel the same. I feel like every time that I have wonderful guests on, like today, I feel like I've made new acquaintances, new friends. I've got new activities to take a part in.
Yeah.
So I feel like I will be definitely taking the $55 series for sure. And then I will strap on some skates and try and come join over there as well.
Come down to the parade this Saturday.
Oh,
Oceanside Parade.
Brilliant. Okay.
We'll all be out there. Skates, our
Oh,
kids
that's
on
right.
skates.
Yeah.
Husbands and everyone else on bikes and whatever they want to do. So
That's neat. And where the start time on that, do you know? Is it 9 or 10?
10?
Okay.
10 o'clock.
Post the information below as well. Awesome. Well, and again, thank you to our awesome sponsors. The show wouldn't be available if it wasn't for them. First American Title and 5 Star Escrow. I'm Debi Krichbaum signing off. Have a great time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.